Rat-a-tat-tat, or whatever he. What does he say in the movie? Rat-a-tat-tat. I haven't seen it since the theaters. What's the rat line?
Oh,
Rat-a-tat. That's all I hear in my head. Rat-a-tat-tat. What's the clue?
El Rata.
What is that clue?
Yeah,
I can't remember.
Oh no. El Rata Alada.
Ding, ding.
That's how it sounds in my head. Guys, we got ourselves a trailer for The Penguin series, the 8-episode run meant to tie in from the Batman. I got to bed at 7 in the morning, guys. We're covering Mandalorian. This is not going to be a cohesive discussion today. But I'm G-fueled up, so I'm ready to anticipate everything coming our way. Leave a like. That would mean the world today. And now we watch the trailer. That's how this works.
This is one of those moments
Please let there be actual new footage.
you gotta ask yourself, what kind of life do I want?
Oh, yes. New footage.
The world ain't built for guys like us. That's why we gotta take whatever we decide is ours.
Ooh.
This Carmine Falco's right hand, trying to push me out. Whoa, hey! You ain't seen what I can do.
Awesome.
If you step out of line, even once, I'll gut you like a goddamn fish.
Oh man.
Can you imagine? The people saying my name in the streets after you're gone. Have it mean something.
Oh.
Hell yeah,
No
man.
Kingpin of Gotham.
Oh, he's got so much shine on his teeth.
Oh, that's cool. They kept it as the Batman text. I
Free stuff.
hate that. Look, why did you change it to Max?
Oh yeah.
Why?
It's
Why would you at least put like Warner Brothers in there or something?
I mean, HBO is such a ubiquitous name, and it doesn't seem like a massive overhaul. Just let it be HBO.
I hear Max. I'm more likely to think of Cinemax.
Yes,
you know?
actually, sure.
Max Original or Maximilian from Goofy Movie. Come on.
Take it to the max.
Come on.
Come on,
What are you showing me Max for?
With HBO.
But that being said, Max Original, this looks really cool. This looks like The Sopranos. I love The Sopranos. I love the Batman movie. Saw it 3 times in the cinemas. I'm excited to see what Colin Farrell can do here. This just feels completely original and such an original take for it. Like, I think Penguin is such a compelling character in the live action mediums. You know, someone asked on a live stream of ours not long ago, who was your favorite Batman's Rogue Gallery? I never really find Penguin to be one of my favorites, specifically when it comes to like the comic books, but in live action runs, I feel like they can do such a great job of variety with him. What we got in like Batman Returns, what we got in the Gotham show, to now what we got in the Batman, to see what Colin Farrell was able to do and the kind of talent he has just evolved into. He was always been talented, but now he's just something else now, right? I absolutely am in love with just the little tidbits that we got here, because this looks gritty, compelling, a real opportunity to see this guy rise to power after being like second fiddle to Falcone in the Batman film. It's such a unique kind of character to look at and focus on for your main character on a TV show, you know? He brings such a gravitas to it, and I love how this looks like the Batman. This feels like a film. It doesn't feel like a television show. This feels like an actual film.
Yeah, exactly. I think they've done a very sort of interesting thing in grounding all of this the way that they have, because it does lend itself in a wholly other way to what we're used to interconnectivity like this. Like, it's really easy to kind of set things on the ground and then build this sort of, gritty world out from it. And I think, too, there is something about the Penguin in live action in particular that I think plays on. Like, I think you can read oftentimes, like, oh, yeah, you know, like upper crusty kind of mafia, corporate criminal kind of type. But then, you know, you apply that to live action, and there are so many other kind of touchstones and references to that particular aesthetic in cinema that you can make, I think, a particularly compelling twist on that with a comic book character that, takes you slightly beyond what's familiar in those terms. And so, I'm excited to see how this blends a Sopranos or just a very mafia type thing, a very grounded type thing with the elements of height that Matt Reeves' Batman world does include, because while it's not obviously the most heightened Batman, there are aspects of it that lend themselves to that, and I'm curious to see in what ways the show does go a little bit bonkers, because, you know, as grounded as the Batman is, there are those moments that are big and iconic and feel like, you know, scopic action. So and Colin Farrell, man, he's just like, I don't know, he just seems like he's fully given himself over to this character and has fully disappeared into it.
Well, and I'm also interested in the setting that this is going to be taking place in, because as we're looking at this footage, you know, when we ended off in the Batman was the ground zero flooding situation, but it looks like a lot of it has, you know, been repaired, because you have a lot of these shots in the streets and stuff where people are walking about, people are dining in restaurants. And so it doesn't, I don't know what the time jump is from the Batman to this series, but I'm curious to see what the evolution of the Gotham world has devolved into, and how they'll also toy with the conversations about Batman specifically and what Batman is doing while this whole adventure that we're focusing on with Penguin is going down. And unlike The Sopranos, where it starts off with Tony Soprano, who is, you know, already on top. He's already the head of the family, right? This is a guy who you're going to watch rise through the ranks. And, you know, you have situations right in this trailer, too, where you can see that he's being interrogated. He's got guys holding him down. Like, he's really still having to prove himself and try to gain some type of power, right? And I can't wait to see how they get you to, like the anti-hero angle, like to challenge the audience into rooting for this guy who you don't root for in the Batman movie. You know, you don't root for this fella.
No,
And
but you can.
I mean, this time you're gonna. I don't know if you'll root for him, but you're gonna have to be invested in going on his journey at least.
I can see how they could pitch him as an underdog. Yeah.
Well, he is, especially for Penguin. Like he has to rise to the ranks. He doesn't have superpowers or anything like that. You know.
Yeah. And in this world, I mean, just him being like disfigured and having this limp and everything, there's something, I think, that you can use a lot of that to create sympathy within the audience and create nuances where you're like, yeah, even if this is a bad guy, I get why.
But they should tie it into kind of what they did in Batman Returns. You got to, get him an army of penguins by the end, as that should be the actual villain they are hiding for the Batman 2, is Penguin and the army of penguins.
Yeah. It's not Penguin till he bites off somebody's nose, too.
Gotham penguins.
Where do we get so many Arctic birds? Climate change.
Also brought a lot of penguins into Gotham City, sliding around in the floods.
People are on my ass about protecting the wildlife while I pursue the penguin. What do you want from me?
That's why I'm being called a fascist.
That's right. As I take on a rich billionaire asshole who owns clubs and stuff around Gotham, but I am the fascist.
All right, guys. Well, what did you think about this teaser? Leave your thoughts down below. Subscribe. Leave a like. And I want to do Adelia Chamberlain. Adelia, we're shouting you out because you remind us most of the personality traits of a penguin.
Sure.
Because, it's a constant journey of doing your best to live in the present, despite whatever thought processes can go off in your head. You have a clear vision of how you want things to be, of how things should be, right? These are just penguin facts, you know what I'm saying? You also take your commitment seriously. Example A, you've never left the Patreon. You've committed since day one. It's amazing. being around you, you're enthusiastic, you're upbeat and friendly, like all penguins.
Oh, most
You know what I mean?
All my friends are penguins.
You're not. I mean,
You're dependable, Adelia.
You're dependable. You can be counted on,
Yeah.
and it's such an important trait to have in life. I mean, I don't know if you're personally threatened by conflict or criticism, but I feel like you can handle it. You know, when it comes down to it, like a penguin,
Sure.
like a real penguin. You're more of a penguin than penguin is.
That's true. That's true. And you're good in cold weather situations. You can brave the
stereotype. Penguins, they can handle the heat.
You're good in any type of climate, whether it be in a Gotham City type metropolis or an Arctic type of tundra.
Yeah,
you know,
xenophobe.
Yeah, it's true. The penguins are in every zoo.
My
and
new
every
favorite word.
I am a xenophobic, closed-minded jerk, but you're not, Adelia, and that's what's important. You inspire me to be a better guy.
Thanks for penguining our lives.